Are you fucking kidding me? TikTok must really not like me because I had just filmed an entire video and it didn't save not a damn word that I said. That's some bullshit. Anyway, guess I'm gonna try this again and fingers crossed it saves and doesn't, get all willy nilly weird. Anyway, it's 6:09 in the morning and I can't sleep. Not because of the game, but just because uh I'm all types of I got a lot going on. In my previous video I mentioned how my ankle's broken, so there's that. And like I had surgery. Um it it'll be 2 weeks on Thanksgiving. So um anywho, Joe Burrow is not gonna be playing this afternoon, and I do think that is absurd. I know you might be wondering, I Dallas, what the fuck? You said that you weren't excited about that. I know what I said. The point still stands. I would be more excited about the potential of Joe playing today, even though he's not, had the Bengals won more games. So, learning that the Bengals chose not to activate him off of IR uh, Saturday afternoon, I'm just gobsmacked. And I think the longer this whole saga continues, I'm just like, this is exactly why the Bengals are known as like a poverty franchise. Because what the fuck do you mean? You had this man out here doing all that practicing, and rather than let him get his feet wet, pun intended, on today against the Patriots, now we're going with this idea of okay, he's gonna start more than likely in Baltimore on Thanksgiving. That's crazy work. In my opinion, the reason why it's crazy work is because they're not going to really be doing any heavy practicing between Sunday and Thursday. Like, I feel like this is a setup. And I feel like genuinely as a fan, I'm just like, this is crazy work. Because what do you mean? You're just going to let his first time back on the field be against the Baltimore Ravens? Like, really? And you might be thinking, oh, well, Jamar will be back by then. But, okay, yes, but we don't have Jamar today. We don't have Jamar today. And that's a problem. That is, in and of itself, a problem. Obviously, I'm not necessarily, like, obviously, we still have T, which I'm excited about that. And the fact that he'll more than likely get more targets. But it, why is no one in the building saying, hey, if Joe is practicing all week, like I think I'm really thrown off by the fact that T in his like press conference this week was kind of like, and by press conference I mean the conversation that was had with the journalists in the locker room, which that's a whole nother conversation. It really throws me whenever I watch some of those videos, and it's like the camera is right up here in the player's face, and then you got a mic right here, and it's like, goddamn, back up. Like, why can't we do this in a conference room? Sheesh. Anyway, but T was like, Joe kind of threw him a look, I guess when he asked him if he thought he was going to be playing. And to me, I was interpreting that, and I think people in the locker room were interpreting that as homeboy might be playing on Sunday. And now that's not the case. And it's just like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? And I don't know if I've really talked about this before, but I see a lot of similarities between Joe Burrow and Cam Newton. And I say this as like a first generation Carolina Panthers fan. Like, I was born in 96. The organization, the Panthers organization, has been around for like 30 seasons. I'll be 30 next year. Like, it's, anywho, I have a lot of my core NFL memories are because of the Carolina Panthers. Um, like my first Super Bowl memory is Carolina unfortunately losing to the Patriots. huge reason why I have beef with Bill Belichick, even though Bill Belichick is the Carolina Tar Heels head coach. That's neither here nor there. And I'm an alumna of UNC, so like messy for me as a fan. It's really strange times. Anyway, all that said, I see a lot of similarities between Joe Burrow and Cam Newton. The biggest difference to me is that Cam Newton, while he was playing at Carolina, he never really had wide receivers. Like, he never really had a solid receiving core. I mean, yes, he had Steve Smith Sr. for a while. He had Kelvin Benjamin for a hot minute, but like, he did not, put you this way, he ain't have no T and he ain't have no Jamar. Okay? Joe has T and Jamar. And the way in which the Bengals seem to be operating this whole crew is just, what the fuck? Like, none of this makes sense. None of this makes sense. And it doesn't have to be this way. And I'm just going to keep saying that until something changes, because something's got to give. Like, in an ideal world, we honestly would be seeing Joe play today. And Joe Burrow, not Flacco. I mean, no shade to Flacco, but stay with me. So this is just like, again, going back to that F word, I just don't think it's fair that they're going to throw Joe out on Thanksgiving night against the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. If it was Baltimore in Cincinnati, okay, you have the home crowd, which is why I'm like, why not let this man play at home and get some reps, like real reps against a real defense? But no, just gonna let him potentially come out on Thanksgiving against the fucking Baltimore Ravens and be like, hey buddy, make it work. Which, like, yeah, that's his job. But also you really? Really? I mean, maybe we win against the Patriots this afternoon. And if we do, cool. But if we don't, at this point, honestly, if we don't win against the Patriots, can we just bring Joe back in December? Like, I know that would probably really suck for him because it's a Thanksgiving game, and like, there's a lot of, like, that's really cool to play a Thanksgiving game. I get it. It's a primetime game. It's a Thanksgiving game, so it's holiday. Like, I get it. But is it worth it at this point? I mean, there's still a great story if Flacco were to start against, I hate even saying that out loud, but like, seriously, Flacco won a Super Bowl against the Ravens. It's like a homecoming return game. Like, you can still spin a story out of that. It would still be exciting. It wouldn't be Joe Burrow, I know. And that's what the people want. But like, I think the people also want a healthy Joe Burrow having something to play for. And I just think that, like, right about now, the will to play, I mean, obviously his will to play is there, but like, what are we playing for? I'm not sure. So, anywho, this has been about another 10 minutes of me rambling. Hopefully this saves. Fingers crossed, and fingers crossed we get a win today. I'm gonna stop talking and try to go to sleep. Bye.